I know. It's the pre-banter.
Pre-banter, yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Dog's Breakfast. I am your host, Nhi Do. And today we have as our guest, Jesse Inocalla.
Hello.
He is a very talented voiceover artist whose voice can be heard in Lego's Legends of Chima, as well as Lucha Gore's Evil Dead in 60 Seconds.
I am in Evil Dead.
Which, I don't know if you know this, was just named one of the top 10 horror fan films by Dread Central, as well as making BuzzFeed's 15 greatest fan tributes to Evil Dead.
Oh, goddamn.
And when Jesse's not in the voice box, he enjoys long walks on the beach.
I do.
And he's an avid martial artist and teacher.
I try.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Nhi.
So first off,
Yes, please.
Why voiceovers?
Well, the short answer is I like the anonymity of it. The fame monster bug, whatever you want to call it, is not something it's something I did want for myself at a young age, but the more and more I fell into it, even, my dad did stunts, my dad did a number of films as well. I saw the effect it had on him, and more I just thought, well, I still want to entertain, I still want to be an actor, an artist, but I want to do it in such a way that I can still maintain my privacy, maintain my own bubble.
Ooh,
Yeah.
bubbles. Okay.
Bubbles.
So that kind of leads me to my next question.
Please.
Now, in the Muppet universe,
Yes.
if you could be any Muppet,
Mm.
who would you be and why?
Ooh. Which Muppet would I be? This is a tough question, yeah. I feel like there's two answers to this.
Okay.
Because in my outside world, in the way I interact with people, in the way I deal with people, I feel more like a Kermit.
Aww.
Because I do very much want everything to come together for everybody, and I want everybody to have a happy ending at the end of the day, and I'm usually the one to try and facilitate it, even though my best laid plans often go on a glay.
Do you get to do
freaking
one of those?
all the time. Would in this blazer, but it's velveteen, so I can't.
Okay, and number two?
The second one, I would say Rizzo. Rizzo the rat, for his sharpness and generalized sass, which I do so well.
Sass. Isn't that more like a lion?
Well, there isn't a lion Muppet. Well, there is, but he doesn't really have a name, also he's kind of cowardly.
Well, that's ironic.
You know, right?
So, I was stalking you.
Please.
And I found out that you have over 15 lead and supporting character credits on this one series called Yoo-Hoo and Friends.
Yoo-Hoo and Friends, yes.
So, how do you find all of your characters' voices?
Oh boy. So Yoo-Hoo and Friends was, it's probably, like, of everything I've done, that's still probably one of my favorite, because I was very much a show for us, for the actors. The creator, David Fease, created Cow and Chicken in the late 90s, and I was a huge fan of that show growing up, and I had the most embarrassing moment with him where I saw him in the voiceover booth, and I said, "So David, you created Cow and Chicken?" And he goes, "Well, yes, I did." And I said, "Well, David, I grew up watching that. It is an absolute honor to work with you." And he looked at me and said, "Well, Jesse, it's an honor to work with you." And then I had to take a few minutes before I went back in the booth. But I auditioned for a number of roles on that one. The one I booked was Pookie 2, who was one of the villains.
Oh, that's funny.
And the voice was this. It's Larry Fine, but it's a little bit more exciting. And from there, I was the only male in the cast who wasn't double booked. There were two other guys who were double booked for the other two Pookies, 1 and 16. And I know, they just skipped a bunch. So every other recurring male and occasionally female character fell in my lap because they didn't want to spend more money on it.
Well, it's easier. You're there.
Oh, I'm right there.
It's your job to do voices.
Yeah, and
do voices.
Totally. Sometimes they would give me a little thing. Like, one of the characters was Sasa, I believe his name was, and he was a capuchin monkey. But his whole shtick was he was like a survivalist nut job So I just went in and I talked like Sly Stallone, and I did the job for Sasa. But, who's another good one? Oh, okay. So there was one who is a lynx, an Iberian lynx, named, what was his name? So the Iberian lynx was a ladies' man on the show, on the program. So, he's from the Iberian Peninsula, which is in Spain. So all of a sudden I just adopted this voice, and this was the voice I used the entire time, and he was very smooth and suave, and he liked to romance the ladies very much. Even though he was married, he liked to flirt though.
Terrible.
I know.
Okay, so you were saying that you're in the booth and you have all these voices.
Yeah.
So what else do you do? Like, kind of take me slightly through the process.
Okay.
Like Cole's notes of a day in the life.
Cole's notes of a day in the life. So a day in the life in the booth, or regular day in the life of eat Cheerios and cry a lot?
Let's go with the booth.
Booth is good. Booth is a good one. So, generally, like, once I've booked a role, typically I'll get the sides and it'll say, sumo wrestler, for example. And it'll say, big guy, think Andre the Giant or something.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, huge. So I'll go in and, I might come up with something like, we'll start talking like this, and it will be the same sort of dark and deepness, but with a kind of a accent like Andre and a bit of resonance. And if they like that, then I go in with that. Or one character I'm doing right now, I can't talk too much on him, but I suppose I can, but no, I shouldn't. Is kind of a Clint Eastwoody sort of guy.
Very cool.
Yeah, so for him, what I did was I auditioned with Jason Statham. So I just went in and talked like this, which is kind of Jason Statham, it's kind of a up in your nose sort of thing. But they didn't like that, so I also went down like this and just did straight up Clint Eastwood, and that's what they ended up booking me on.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to be able to call your martial artist / stuntman father a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
Really cool at the time. I was actually in the films as well. I was a stuntman at the age of 11.
Jealous.
I know.
So are you kind of like a turtle too?
I have turtle blood.
Oh,
I have turtle blood. So my other coaches say the same.
Yeah? Okay, so another important question, because you're a bit of a clothes horse. Leather or lace?
Ooh, depends on the day. Depends on the day.
So it looks like he's a man of both.
Daily basis leather, special occasions bit of lace.
Nice. Alright, I like that.
Thank you.
An occasion man.
Occasion.
Now, very important,
Please.
What do the names Nicolas Cage and Jason Statham mean to you?
The only two celebrity impressions that I do unimpeachably. Also, I've run academic-style talks on Nicolas Cage.
He's a hot topic. I'm pretty sure I saw a show on Community just based on Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god, I adore the man. I think he is... If there's any one actor you can always count on to do abso-fucking-lutely, can I swear?
Absolutely.
Good. Abso-fucking-lutely, anything, unimpeachably, regardless of how ridiculous it is Nicolas Cage. He will, I think Roger Ebert said, go out on the limb, cut the limb off the tree, and the tree will fall down. And I adore that about him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
His work is not always great, but he is always the best part of it.
Well, I think that's what makes him so memorable.
It's true. It's very, very true.
Can I see a Nicolas Cage impression?
Well, it's not difficult to do a Nicolas Cage impression. It's just, it's a bit slurred and it's a bit, you gotta think about your words before you say them, and just every so often just get a little agitated, but come back, because it's not so bad.
It's true, it's a push and pull with
it. It is. It's very much just push, pull, and he's one of the few, every series I've done, I try to stick either Cage or Statham in it. And I've done that with Chima. I can't say, but he's in there. Cage is definitely in there, and I think I got Statham. No, I got Cage in on Yoo-Hoo and Friends as well.
So is this a signature that people can look for?
It's something I try to do when I have more than one voice on a show. I'll try and have fun with it. Like I was telling someone a story earlier today about a recurring thing I do on Legends of Chima, which no one will pick up unless they're listening very, very carefully or have watched this interview, please. Every so often we'll do Walla, which is with all actors, and I stand next to my friend Jeff, who is the voice of Razor the Raven. So every so often I'll just look at him and just eye and go, ah! As a raven. So I made that my thing, like in every Walla session with any bird, bat, any sort of flying creature, I would just look at him and go, ah! At the top of my lungs into the mic. So every episode I'm in, if there's birds or bees or whatever flying around, you will hear a very distinct ah! Just once or twice, and hope for the best.
And these are the Easter eggs
Those
of
are Easter
Jesse
eggs.
and Inocalla.
That's what I tried to do.
Happy hunting.
Nastrovia.
Attention! 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 17 more. And 1 and 2 and 3.
Squeeze, squeeze,
1 and 2
stomp,
and 4 and 6.
Good.
And 14. Make 8 and last. Mr. Tippett!
It's
good.
Stomp,
So glad. So glad. Good. So bother you.
Okay, we ready, guys? Awesome. Which one are we doing first?
Do we have a pause between them, or
No.
we just?
Yeah.
What's our second one? You want to do it that way? And I'll just hold it back over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ape War. Dog's Breakfast Person of the Hour is Mr. Alan Turing. I'm Gabriel Carter. This is Nhi Do, and we'll see you around the bend.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take the rest. Wait. You take the rest and then you have the facts of life. The facts